is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Talking Cobra Kai channel, where we talk Cobra Kai. Today is going to be a good stream, a long stream, because we're finally talking about Cobra Kai Season 4. It's out, and it was crazy. I'm going to get into my thoughts on it. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I can't wait to talk about this. My stream yesterday was kind of like this, but that was just kind of like me it wasn't organized. It was just me right after. Yeah, like literally right after I finished, and I was like half asleep. So this is my real review / thoughts on season 4 of Cobra Kai. But before we get into that, we already have some people in the chat. Nate, how you doing? Yeah, talk about that. Deshaun, how you doing? Connor, Cobra Jungle. I'll answer all your questions about season 4 later after I get into my thoughts. Gavin, Tyrez, Jordan. Frank, how you doing? So yeah, I don't even know where to start. Oh yeah, hang on. First of all, thank you for reminding me. Cobra Kai. It's Chris Cobra Kai / Terry Slytherin Kai, the most badass name for a channel. Yeah, happy New Year to everyone. Hope you guys all have a badass New Year. And yeah, Jacob. Yeah. Okay, so this season was absolutely incredible. Like I just got first of all, before I get into it, everyone, let's give an applause to the big three, John, Josh, and Hayden, for another amazing season. I don't know how they top the previous season every season, but they do. So let's all give it up for the big three, John, Josh, and Hayden, and the whole cast and crew for putting in the work for another great season of Cobra Kai. John might hop in. Hayden, I know they've been hopping in the streams lately, so everyone in the chat, just raise a pint, as Jacob would say, to big three. What's up, Mystic? What's up, King? How you doing? Sam is the GOAT. Sam is still the GOAT. I'll get into her character. This season was good. It's not my favorite. A lot of people are saying it's not their favorites. Now, I rewatched the season like twice. And then I've seen a few episodes 3 times. Like the finale and 5 and 8 and 9. Sub all things Cobra Kai. Yeah, so I've rewatched it twice, plus a few other extra episodes, like just over. I thought the season was absolutely great from the beginning to the end. I think I even enjoyed it more the second time. I mean, I really did enjoy it the first time, but just the second time watching it, I think I appreciated it more because the first time watching it, it's like you're somewhat in like disbelief, and shock, like it's actually here and you're not, you know. So yeah, I think when I first time I watched it, I didn't love the early episodes. Second time I watched it, I really did like the early episodes. I really did. I don't even know where to start. I thought the season was definitely the best of the 4. I mean, it's really close. I mean, they're all so great. 3 and 4 are really close, but 4 it's my favorite. Just it is the most shocking, the most focused, complex, you could say, character driven, and just the the most emotional for sure season of them all, and I think it worked so well. Now, when I say it's the most focused season, I mean everyone was focused on one thing and one thing only, really, the All Valley tournament and winning. Every single character at one point, even if they weren't competing, like Amanda, she's focused on Daniel winning, and I think that was great. That's what you have to do. That's the nitpick I have for the previous season is like in previous seasons, it's like it doesn't exactly, know where it's going, if you know what I mean. Like it's not really, focused on where it's going to go. And I think this season really was focused on it with every character. And the characters really did, carry this season too. I mean, the story was great, of course, but the characters, like I really, the main character. When I say characters, I'm really talking about like the main cast and like Kenny, because he's not a part of the main cast, but I say he basically is. Like I didn't dislike any of the main characters this season. The characters I didn't like before, like Tory, I really liked her this season, and Robbie, I really liked him this season. I mean, some people could say, yeah, they doubled down on like Eli and Miguel even, but I think that was needed, especially for Eli, for his story. I mean, I made tons of videos on Eli, um, why the mohawk coming off it will be important and why he should miss out on a few episodes. Um, so, um, so yeah, I think this season was great. It was great. Characters were like, it was so good. Like, I definitely had problems with it for sure, which I'll get to. But there was way more good than bad in my opinion. Um, yeah, I mean, even like Anthony, a character I've never been a fan of. I liked what they did with his character. Like it was some of the side characters too. I really did enjoy. I really did. Like in the middle school stuff, I didn't think I'd enjoy. I really did enjoy the Kenny stuff. Didn't think I enjoy. I enjoyed it. So even like the subplots, like the side plots on the side, I liked. Um, it wasn't just I was really focused on what's gonna happen in the tournament. I was like, what how is this gonna happen? How's that gonna happen? And I was so invested. I'm probably the most invested I was from any of the seasons. Um, so it was great. I love this season. I really do. Now the problems I have with this season, um, Stingray. I'll start out with that Stingray. I like that they brought him back. But they just dragged out some stuff with him way too long. Like his thing with his neighbor hating him and stuff, like that whole opening scene. What was it, episode 8? Like that was a bit much. Like I didn't find it funny. I mean, I get they were trying to like lighten up the mood, because it was such an intense and darker story, especially with Silver. But yeah, Stingray, I think this dragged on some of his stuff way too long. And then when his neighbor came in again at the party, I was like, all right, come on, let's end this. But I did like with Silver beating him up, and they're still like trying to keep him in the story. But like, I was never a huge fan of Stingray. Like, he was just in for like comedic relief, so you can't ask more from that. But um, yeah, that was a bit much. And they really could have at least cut some of it out. And then another problem is the whole Carrie Underwood at the Yell Valley. Like, why was she there? That doesn't make sense, really. Like, I don't know why. That was all on Netflix. I'm telling you too. Like, the writers didn't like write that in. That was on Netflix. They were like, you need a celebrity, and that was a bit much. And the song they picked was an interesting choice. But they could have picked a lot of other songs for the tournament. And also her singing over, it was a bit distracting, honestly. Like I couldn't focus on those fights that were happening when she was singing. Like it was kind of distracting. I don't know if anyone else got in the problem, but it was a bit distracting. Um, but what else? I mean, I think they cut out a lot of the training too, like right before the tournament. Like I think they should have just made some of the episodes longer because we know Sam was training with Johnny, like behind Daniel's back, but we never saw it. Like we saw Sam do a move that Johnny taught her, but we never actually saw her train with Johnny, which was kind of annoying because I would have liked to see that. And like even just Johnny training the Eagles and Daniel training the Eagles. I mean, they really just we saw most of Silver and Kreese training the Cobras, but they just slammed that all in the beginning of episode 9, which wasn't the thing I would have done. I would have showed. I mean, I bet there's like deleted scenes of them training, but yeah, I mean, I think they could have showed some training right before the tournament just to build it up even more. I mean, there's so much going on that it's hard to. I would have cut out some of the stuff with Anthony's therapist and put some training in there. But yeah, that's what else. And there's something else. There wasn't that much cringe dialogue, really, compared to the other seasons. What else? There's something else I was gonna say. I mean, I would have like Miguel have a little bit more than what he did, and yeah, I also liked I liked the double brackets. I like the double brackets. I didn't think so. I would, and even like the what do you call it? The skills. I liked it. because it added more intensity to who's gonna win. Like, it's not just if they win this, all right, they won. No, they still have to do this, which added some intensity and made it more shocking and added more twists and turns. So I did like that there's multiple different brackets. So I didn't mind that as much as I thought I would. And first of all, I'm going to my goods now. The things I liked, like what I said earlier, of course, too. But Terry Silver, what a beast! What a beast! Shout out to Thomas Ian Griffith. Oh my gosh, that man is insane. He hasn't acted in like 10 years, and he comes out with this banger. Jeez, bro. This man played like 3 different versions of Silver in a 10 episodes. Like, he was only in 9, I think, 9 episode story. That was insane. This is like I think this was the best performance in the show. One of the best performances I've ever seen, really. Like, this man started out as a different Silver. In the middle, he was a different Silver. And at the end, he was a different Silver. What an incredible performance. From a normal guy to a psycho maniac, to a maniac, a psycho, an absolute psycho. And all that credit goes to Thomas Ian Griffith. He was absolutely incredible. I think he played like 3 different versions of Silver in this season. And he played them all great. Oh my gosh. And I love all the twists and turns they did with the season. It wasn't too much. Like, usually when they add twists and turns, it's like, oh, come on. Like, why is that happening? But like when Miguel almost, hurt his back again, that was one of the most intense and scary and scenes ever. Like, and it was shot well too. I love how they were showing all the flashbacks. And yeah, and let's talk about the emotional scenes. Definitely the most emotional season, and had the most emotional scene. Multiple of the emotion. I think the most emotional scene, which was in the season, which I think is the most of the entire show, is when Johnny's drunk and Miguel comes and he puts him in his bed, and Miguel's like, and Johnny's like, I want to be a father to you. And Miguel's like, you're doing a pretty good job. And then Miguel says, I love you. And then Johnny says, I love you too, Robbie. Broke my heart there. Oh my god, what a scene. What a scene. What an acting wise. Like, William and Sholo. That's absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I almost cried. Like, that was, geez, like every I feel like I've seen that scene so many times too already. Like, and it's so sad. Oh my gosh, that scene. It's like Miguel and Johnny have such a good thing going. It's put on the rocks a little this season, but Miguel always stands by his side. But then Johnny says, I love you too, Robbie, which changes Miguel's whole mindset for the rest of the season. You can tell for the rest of the season, how he fights in the tournament, he even realizes why he doesn't fight. He doesn't feel like he's fighting for himself, which I don't care what you guys say. I think that was the right move that he didn't go back out. He didn't feel like he was fighting for himself, which was the right move. Yeah, most guys are going to say, yeah, he was nerfed this season, because he didn't fight, but he made the right choice. You got to think of it from a character-wise perspective. Like, he didn't, and then when he goes off to find his dad, can't blame him. You can't blame him because he never would have if Johnny didn't say that. He wouldn't have this early if Johnny didn't say that. Yeah. What's up, Jacob? Johnny and Robbie was more emotional for me, but damn, bro, Miguel. I'll get to that scene too. Season 5 will have both of his sons by his side. Miguel's working, yeah. And then the next emotional scene, which I think this is the second emotional scene of the entire show, is Robbie and Johnny. Just the reason I think Miguel and Johnny's was more emotional is just because we've seen them together so much longer than we see Johnny and Robbie, and it's just, and we've learned to love those two together rather than Johnny and Robbie, who always just are haven't gotten along all season. So, but this season but that scene was also so sad too and upsetting, but at least it was like a good upset, It was sad in a good way though. But the Miguel and Johnny, that wasn't sad in a good. That was sad. That was sad. Um, and that was also. I mean, I can't wait to see where they go with this because we know from it seems like Robbie goes with Johnny to find Miguel, which is like a father-son trip to find your other son. But we'll see how that goes. But let's see what else. I talked about Miguel and Silver. And I love how there was tension between Kreese and Silver, not just Johnny and Daniel. Because we're like, all right, Johnny and Daniel split up. They're definitely losing. Silver and Kreese is on the same side. That's not working. But then Silver and Kreese have tension with each other. And they're like, oh my God, maybe that's not going to work. Maybe this isn't going to work. And when Kreese brought out the inner villain in Silver, I mean, oh my God. That scene where like he's calling him captain. It's like, what did you just bring out? Like, and then when he fights Johnny, oh my God, it's like, Kreese, this is all your fault. Like, it's like you bring. I'm trying to think of like a good thing. Like, it's like when you let something. It's like he let it out, and it didn't go his way. Obviously, everyone. There's conflict with everyone. What's up, Brown? Yeah, Daniel having a bully son was. Yeah, I like that I did that. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to get to everything before I get to your guys' chats. I want to get my thoughts out first before I hear your guys' thoughts, so I don't go off your guys' thoughts. So that's why I'm not listening to the chat right now because I'm just going off what I think. But yeah, what was on? Kreese brought it out, and that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. And talk about Kreese still loving Johnny. I mean, he stops so it's such a weird relationship because like Kreese really cares about Johnny, and it's like, but like it's like you don't want him to, but in a way like you kind of need him to. So it's yeah. I mean, so I love the whole theme. Like everyone has a weakness. I think that's what I love the most. I guess you could say theme weakness. The huge theme of the season was weakness and everyone's weakness. And that's another thing I loved about the season. Every single character's flaws were pointed out. Every single character's flaws were pointed out for the better or for the worse. Every single character's flaws were pointed out, which is great because it's been ignored a lot. Like what's even like Amanda, she got arrested, and that's why she cares about Tory. And it's like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it all. It's like, and another thing is plot. So much like plot wasn't on really anybody's side this season, which was a huge problem in other seasons. Like it's like in the other seasons you can predict who's gonna win these fights because, well, plot. Like a good example is the mall fight. Did we really think Hawk and Cobra Kai was going to win that? No, we knew Robbie and Taylor were going to win that. But this season, the writers had some balls, and they they said, "Oh, you think that's where it's going? Nah, let's put Eli in the finals." So I was like, "Oh my God, they actually put Eli in the finals!" And me and the boys have been saying, they're never going to put Eli in the finals. Plot's never on his side. And what do you do? They put Eli in the finals, and we're like, Sam's definitely winning. First of all, Robbie didn't win. Still surprising. But he really, I mean, Robbie was about to win, but he saw Kenny, which I really like that. Because like Robbie definitely, he was 1 point away from just putting his, fist down. So, but even like Tory winning, I still find that surprising, even though she didn't really win. But like, still just shocking though. See, like that Sam lost and Robbie lost. That was absolutely crazy. And let's talk about my boy Eli Moskowitz. Now I don't like to brag. But what have I been saying ever since season 3 came out? That the Mohawk's coming off and he'll enter as Eli. I mean like 20 videos on my Mohawk is coming off. And I mean, I'm not gonna brag as much longer, but I just want to point out, I called the episode 5, and right after he gets a new color, I called that. I mean, I love my boy Hawk, so yeah. I mean, I was so confident on that too. Um, that's I love what they did with Eli though. Not even that I called it. I'm not. It's not even that. I just love what they did with him. It's like the mohawk came off, confidence gone, and how does he work to get that confidence back? How does he work? And I think the right move going to Miyagi though, training with Dimitri, his friend since what kindergarten. You said he didn't even know Johnny trained him, and Miguel's his other best friend. You got to stick with the OG Dimitri. You got to stick with your the best bud who you just who you just treated like shit the past 2 seasons. You got to go with that. That was such the right move. Um, and they didn't give him, plot wasn't on his side the previous seasons, but they gave Eli the win. Who would have thought that Eli would get the win this season? Oh my gosh. I'm still surprised that Eli got the win. And shout out to Dimitri, shout out to Moon, shout out to Daniel. Shout out to the three of them for giving him his confidence back, really. And yeah, Moon and Eli back together. Thought that was gonna happen too. I don't know why they let her go down there. But yeah, that happened. And they had 2 F-bombs this season. I told you, and they were both. One was for like comedy, and the second one with Eli was sick. I was like, yes, they gave Hawk the F-bomb. I was like, yes. But I loved Eli this season. Robbie and Eli went all out. Best fight for me. Oh yeah, that fight definitely was my favorite too. I loved it. These both took their shirts off too, which was like, all right, what are you trying to do here? Robbie versus Eli was insane. I love that fight. It was like the first. I was like, it was like it's sudden death. That's the first time since Karate Kid 3. I'm like, all these parallels. It's like, wow. Well, because it makes sense why they made his kid a bully. Look what Daniel and Amanda. Look how Daniel and Amanda. I almost said Amanda. Look how Daniel and Amanda have been treating him the past few seasons. At first, we thought it was funny that like they never acknowledged the brother. They never acknowledged Anthony. But now we know the toll that it took on him. It's like you don't spend time with me. Fine, this is I'm what they say. He's learning a lot more from like his iPad than his parents. So I actually like that they made him a bully. And it's also like history repeats itself, but it's reversed. It's like, Anthony's the Johnny and Kenny's Daniel, but they're both like on opposite. So it's like that scene when Anthony was chasing Kenny down, that was a direct callback from Karate Kid 1 where they're chasing Daniel down. The Cobras are chasing Daniel, and the fence is there. I was like, all right, who's gonna pop up to save him? I thought it was gonna be Robbie, but no one popped up. And I love Robbie and Kenny's whole relationship with each other. Not even that, Sean was Kenny's brother thing. Like, that's not only why. It was more than that. What Robbie said at the end of Johnny is like, I was trying to take this kid Kenny under my wing, but now it's like looking into her mirror. It's like, damn. What's up, Alex? You say you doing? I guess the last season. I think a lot of people say that, like, not the executor, like, a lot of people guessed Tory was gonna win, but I don't think like this. So it's not disrespectful to Miyagi. Like, it's just it makes sense. Like, Anthony never knew Miyagi, like how Daniel and Sam and Amanda knew Miyagi. So it's like, why should he care? And I think that's not being disrespectful. That's being realistic. It's like, why should he think? Why should he, want to learn Miyagi-Do when he barely knew him and doesn't have any really connection to him? But yeah, who else? I love what they did with Robbie this season. Tory, let's get on to Tory. I really did like Tory this season, a character who I didn't like the previous seasons. I liked what they did with her. Like, they made her more, what do you call it? Like, we felt more for her, but we didn't but they didn't make her soft. She didn't go soft. It's like they gave her a backstory. They gave her like Amanda's help, which I really like how Amanda helped her, and they gave Amanda that little backstory. But they made Tory, why she is the way she is, what she's trying to do besides win the All Valley, trying to win the battle of custody for her little brother, her aunt, getting fired, having to, go to a shitty job. It's like she's really, going through a lot. And on top of that, she's going to win this tournament. She's trying to win this tournament. And yeah, I mean, I really liked what they did with Tori's character. I mean, she's not the GOAT. Sam is still the GOAT, but yeah. But also Tory, and she also checked on Sam, after she beat her. She was like, "Are you okay?" And Sam was even like, "What do you, what do you mean? Am I okay?" I was like, "Oh, you're what?" And I'm telling you, that trophy's going right back to Sam. Tori's giving that trophy to Sam after what she saw. So it's like Tory. I'm telling you, Tori's leaving Cobra Kai. She's not joining Miyagi-Do. She's joining a different dojo, or maybe even starting her own dojo up. But she's leaving Silver. We got 2 donations. Army Man Life, thank you for the 99 cents. Appreciate it. And Joseph Blocker, I think Tory will probably help the LaRussos take down help the losers take down season 5 because she found out Silver cheated. I think, I don't know if she'll team up with Sam just because there's so much, there's still so much like, tension between them. But I think in the end she's gonna have to, help take down Silver. She's gonna have to take down Silver, whether it's with or without Miyagi-Do, or with or without or this on the same side of Miyagi-Do. But thank you for the donation, Joseph. I really do appreciate that. And Army Men Life, thank you for that. Oh god, I'll get to Sam in a minute. What I thought about Sam this season. Let's see. Did you think the prom fight was cringy? I mean, I like that it wasn't actually at the prom, because that would have been ridiculous. Like, I don't know why. I honestly don't think it was realistic to bring Tory back to school. Like, that just doesn't really make sense. But I'm glad it wasn't actually at the prom, because that would have been ridiculous. Like, that would have been a school fight. I mean, I think it could have been executed better, but like, come on, that was bound to happen. Tory and Robbie together, Sam and Miguel together, it was bound to happen. I don't think it was bad, but it wasn't necessarily anything great. Yes, Kreese does care about Tory this season, but I'm sticking to my ground. I'm saying that he didn't the previous season. But this season, for 100%, he cared about Tory. What he did at the end with Silver's like, let her fight her own way. I like that, Kreese. Yeah, some respect, Kreese. I like that. And Tory also had so much, going on in her mind during that tournament too, like what Amanda told her to do, what Silver's telling her to do, what Kreese, and then she wants to beat Sam, but she can't humiliate her, but also Silver's telling her to fight dirty. And then also Amanda's telling her not to fight, and because you owe me. I really love what they did with Tory, because Tory's like mind was put through the ringer this season, and I think I really liked what they did with Tory this season. Well, what's up, Trophy Productions? Thank you for coming. Can't wait to see some of your season 4 edits. The chosen one. Congratulations on your win, Eli. Happy New Year, brother. Where's the pint to my brother? And dude, chill. It's a show. And you see them. I have a video in the Mike Barnes series coming. Well, not the Twitter thing he just put out, because I recorded this earlier, but I have a theory coming tomorrow about Mike Barnes. But thank you for the donation, Jacob. Yeah, man. I really do appreciate you, man. Raise a pint to Jacob, everyone. We had our fight in the tournament. You always beat me before, so I finally got my win. But don't worry, I'm pretty sure Robbie will. I don't think we'll fight again, but you won. Come on, like, come on. You could have put that, but you didn't. So, but thank you, Jacob, for the donation, man. I really do appreciate you, man. And it, yeah. Um, but yeah. All right. Let's see. Who have I talked about? I talked about Tory, Robbie, Kenny, Anthony, Silver, Crease, Miguel. Did I talk about Miguel? I think I did. I liked what they did with Miguel, how he still went back to Johnny, even though he had this great relationship going with Daniel. He still, when Daniel and Johnny split up, Miguel still stayed with Johnny. And then what Johnny says later, it's like, oh my God. But I love what they did with Miguel this season. I mean, I've seen so many people saying like he was nerfed this season, you know, he was weaker this season, you know, they made her, you know, I think it's all about character arc, you know. It's all about character. Exactly. It's all about why the character's doing this. Like it made sense why he wasn't as, you know, why he didn't go back out to fight. I really did love that they did that. Oh, I can't wait to see that trophy. Can't wait to see that. Also, guys, I'm gonna make more trailer styles to season 4 because like I just love making trailer styles. So if you guys have any particular trailer you like from anything, let me know because I love doing it. Let's I don't know. You think Eli and Robbie fight again? I mean, but you kind of won. Yeah. It's just also like, it's like the Joker trick. I was thinking of doing that because like I have so many ideas of how to like with the scenes, like, you know, especially when Silver was in beast mode. Yeah. Thank you, Jacob. But let's see. I love how Daniel and Johnny, like, I really like what they did with them this season. Like they split up, but it's not like they just split up because they're arguing. It's like what's happening to their kids. Like what Johnny's teaching Sam, and Sam really likes it. Daniel's teaching Miguel. And Miguel really likes it. But when they taught it to each other, they liked it from each other. Like Johnny was liking the Miyagi-Do, and Daniel was liking the Eagle Fang, and they even used it at later down the line. But when it came to the kids, they didn't like it. So it's like, come on, Johnny and Daniel, it's not working long term. It's short term is when it you know, it's got to happen. It's short term is when they have to stay together, like what they did at the tournament when Sam. That's what's gonna. Oh, and shout out to Daniel for finally acknowledging 2 things this season. Finally acknowledging that Johnny's a 2-time champ, like Daniel. He went up to the announcer and said that. Thank you for acknowledging that. Like, what the heck? Why is nobody talking about that? Like, come on. Why is Johnny's picture not up next to Daniel's? You both won twice. See you later, Brown. Thanks for coming on. What's up, RJ? And also thank you, Daniel, for finally bringing up that Miyagi saved Johnny's life. You could have brought that up a lot earlier, and maybe you guys would have teamed up earlier. I'm just saying. But yeah, I really love like they like what each other's teaching, but they just still can't get behind the fact that they're kids. It's a learning process still. And I think by the end of this season, they both realized that these kids can fight with both these styles. And I love that. I love that because both these styles are right and can be right and they can be wrong. Both these styles. And now they both realize that there's a time and place to use both of them. And it was really like tested throughout this season. Like when will it work? When will it not work? You know? And I loved how they did that. That was also one of my favorite parts of the season, just seeing, you know, just learning, just understanding more of both styles, you know? Because, like, Daniel's style on paper is, you know, is the right style, you could say. You know, not, you know, starting fights, not provoking fights, but also, like, you also sometimes need that aggression and, you know, make people back off, like Johnny's. I mean, there's a time and place for both of them. So I really did like that. And I love that hockey fight too in the early episode. That was funny. That was hilarious. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, that was cringe. But Miguel always gets cringe lines in every season. Um, Robbie and Tory's relationship was better than what I thought it was going to be. I'll give it that, but I still don't love it. I don't think it was so forced. It was forced a little, but I don't think it was that forced. You know, I mean, like, they were spending the whole season together, you know, and I still don't like them together, but it was better than what because I don't think you can say the reason they got together is to piss off Sam and Miguel. I can't. I don't see. That's not why they got together. It's like they actually like feel for each other. So yeah. Yeah. Do what works for you. Exactly. That's exactly it. Like, fight your style when you know both of these. It's like I love when Daniel told Eli. You know, when Eli was like, he trained Miyagi longer than me. He knows more. And then Daniel's like, well, you put training Cobra Kai longer than him. It's like, yes, Daniel, finally. It's like you're understanding. And then when he told Sam, fight your own way, you know, I was like, yes, let's go. Yeah, so I love that. But I don't think Tory and Robbie's relationship is great or anything. But yeah. No, like Dimitri was great. I don't think there's too much to say about Dimitri. He got the girl. He was badass. He made the Jacob. I know you're excited about this. He made the Anakin reference, which I loved. And then Eli was like, "You're taller than him. You have the high ground. It's Obi-Wan versus Anakin." I love that. I absolutely love that. Because like Jacob, you called that man. I love that. Oh yeah, me too. Because Johnny got whooped. Yeah, but yeah, I love that Star Wars reference. And I love that Dimitri was the one that really helped with Eli. And he showed him the Binary Brothers video. Yeah, that was great. The only problem, I still wish we saw Dimitri versus Kyler. But I knew Dimitri versus Robbie was going to happen. I knew that fight was going to happen. I made that. That was in my bracket video. I said that's going to happen in quarterfinals. But yeah, shout out to my man Dimitri. He's one of the MVPs of season 2. Like, he made it far. He's a great. You can't say he's a bad fighter anymore. Like, he's really proved himself. He even knew he even said like he's not, he's not a winner like Eli or Miguel or Robbie. When they were training, and Daniel was really like pumping him up, and they're like meet. So yeah, Miguel and Eli haven't got Dimitri did. All right, what was Dimitri wearing though? It's like a Pac-Man tux. I was like, wow, what the heck? Johnny found a way around the pressure. But yeah, that was sick too. It's like did Johnny just counter the pressure points? I was like, damn. I like that whole fight too. Johnny Daniel, it's like that needed to happen. They need to finally settle this. I like that fight. I like that. Yeah, I love that reference. That reference too. Yeah, what was that? 3 and out. And that's why I wish a Dimitri and Kyler fight would have been a little closer. I think Kyler would have gotten at least a point. Also, Kyler just became a beast out of nowhere too. Like, he headbutted the cement, or the cinder block. How did you do that? That was insane. That skills competition, I didn't think I'd like it, but that was put together sick. Like, you have Robbie just screaming. You had Sam and Dimitri with I don't know what you call them. And then Kyler just headbutting a cinder blocks. And then Mitch is terrible. Sorry, I forgot you weren't a TC fan. That was hilarious. Thank you for the donation, talking to everything. $2. Danny Treasure should play Miguel's father. Google him. I think I know who you're talking about. Is that the guy who was? He was in the Flash for a few episodes. This guy might be a little bit too old, but I can see why. He could be his dad. He's a fighter. But yeah, thank you for the donation. Yeah, Robbie was screaming that. That's not confirmed. I don't think we'll have to wait that long. I think we're getting season 5 like September. That's my guess. I loved it when Daniel went full on psycho dad move. Yeah, that's all Eagle thing though. And Amanda was like, I don't know what kind of Miyagi magic you used, but it worked. It's like that's Eagle Fang magic. It's like, you're both learning. And when Johnny used defense when he was fighting Silver, it's like you guys just gotta realize what you guys are using. Where did you learn that from? I think season 5 is coming out September or August 2022. Like I don't think it'll be summer. Even though like it could summer because like the season set plays during summer. Kyler was talking so much smack this season. He needs to get his ass whooping, but I gotta give him credit for that. That was insane, Kyler. Hey, Kyler was talking way too much this season. Miguel used Miyagi-Do in the tournament. Yeah, I think August, September. That's what I think. Yeah, I mean it was like fun. It was also like, yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it's like quiet. It worked though. It worked. Like the aggression sometimes works. Just saying, Daniel. All right, let's see. Let's go on to Sam. I only recorded my reaction to the first episode, and I think that was one of my that probably would have been my funniest reaction. I was like, "Shut up, guys, sit down." And then Robbie sweeps his leg. So I'm gonna have to post that reaction to that. All right, RJ, I'm gonna talk about Sam now. Oh, before that, another donation. GNA TV, thank you so much for the $5. Really do appreciate that. Chris and Mitch commentating Johnny Daniels' fight was so funny. What are your thoughts on them getting more screen time this season? Yeah, I thought that was hilarious too. I love that when Johnny was walking in, Chris had like the selfie stick. He was like, Mr. Lawrence, or Sensei Lawrence. I thought that was funny. I actually think they got a little less screen time this season. Does that just mean like but I like how Chris was kicking ass in that skills part of the tournament. Mitch was really a fool this year. Bro, Mitch got his ass kicked by Bert. And then, bro, I found it funny, though, that when he was doing the skills thing, he was doing well a little, and then he drops it, and he bows and runs off. That was hilarious. But what else did he do? Mitch got, and then when Devin, another character who I liked, she was talking about the movies Johnny liked, and then Mitch was like, "Yeah, I also like that." And Johnny was like, "Shut the hell up, penis breath." So Mitch just doesn't get any respect, but like doesn't really deserve this respect. But yeah, I liked Chris this season. Yeah, that was cool. I wonder why Chris wasn't on there when they were all jumping the building, which I like that scene too. I like so many scenes this season. I wonder when Chris wasn't there. And also, let me ask you guys this: do you guys think the rest of the Miyagi-Dos jumped after Sam did? I don't know. I mean, I don't think Dimitri should have jumped because he's like really long and tall, so that would have worked. But look, what do you guys think? Do you guys think they jumped after Sam did? Yeah, he needed it. He really needed it. Also, that scene was hilarious when Johnny sees Anthony. I said that with Kings, and I said that. I said like, dude, what if Johnny says to Daniel, "What happened to your fat son?" And he said, "Would you switch from Big Whopper to Little Whopper or something?" Yeah, Chris isn't making that jump. But like I was like, why is he not? But so I guess Kyler's past. Yeah, I guess he did. Kyler's arc. That was his arc. But I think Chris. Yeah, I think Mitch definitely got less. But you guys think only Sam did? I don't know. I think it would have made sense. So yeah. All right, but let's move on to Sam. That'd be heated. All right, RJ, I expect you to back me up in the chat here, and the King and Jacob. I like Sam this season. First of all, I've seen so many nitpicks about Sam being a goody two shoes, and then in this season, definitely not a goody two shoes. But she gets hate still. Like, what do you want from her? I don't understand it. I love how Sam had an edge this season. I don't think that made her character worse. I don't think it necessarily made it better, but she's still the GOAT. Just saying. I mean, I love how, she really had issues. Her relationships were on rocks with Miguel, Daniel, Amanda. It's like, how would you feel if you're basically your enemy, Tory, and your mom was helping her? How would you feel? So I don't want to hear any complaints about Sam going up to Tory at school and confronting her. She needed to. She absolutely had to. She had to make sure. I love that scene where she's like, "I'm coming for you, bitch." Like, no, yes, like she had. Nobody got mad at Tory for saying that, so nobody better get mad at Sam for saying that. You know what? I like the villain role. I don't think she annoyed me. I think she needed to go down this arc. She needed this arc. I've seen so many things where she's like, she's a goody two shoes. She's a goody two shoes. No, she's not, and she needed not to be. I really liked what they did with Sam. I mean, some of the stuff, I don't think she fully got what Aisha said to her this season, which kind of annoyed me. But I liked what they did with her. They gave her an edge. They put her, I really like that. It's arcs, exactly. Character arcs. Yeah, I loved it. I really did like it. The prom was a bit annoying me when both Miguel and her were looking at them. Like, just stop looking at them. That's when it annoyed me. Yeah. And then, come on. We knew Sam had this aggression in her, especially in season 2. But Johnny helped her let it out, and for the better. Because, look where she ended up. She ended up pretty much mastering both now. Yeah, I like what they did with Sam this season. It wasn't perfect or anything, but I loved it. I really did like it. Let's see. Yeah, why they gotta make Miguel and Sam said, yeah, that was a bit much. I was like, come on. And when Sam said, you didn't break my heart, or I didn't break your heart, you broke my heart. Come on. I was all for Sam threatening Tory at the end of season 4. Yeah, that got me hyped too. I was like, yes, yeah, Tory, you better back off now. I love that. It's like, I'm coming for you, bitch. Oh, that was so good. I really like that. Like, I say we keep the evil Sam. I like evil Sam. Embrace it. What did Jacob say about Sam earlier? Sam is annoying me even this season, but as we said, screw it. Might as well embrace the villain role. In the final episode, she was back to her badass self, especially in the fights. The bonsai badass. So yeah, Sam. No matter what they do with Sam's character, she's always gonna get hate. So I like what they did, where they fine, people already hate Sam. Well, let's make her a villain then. Why not? Come on, right choice. Yes. Keep people Sam. Yeah, that gave that line for a run for its money. That's not all right. All right. Cobra Kai Stranger Things fan talk. I don't think you're understanding what happened this season, so I'd go on a rewatch. All right, Sam did annoy me in the prom, but she wasn't the only one. Like Miguel was annoying me at the prom. I don't like that. Stingray thing was still much. So that episode some of it was a bit annoying as a whole. So, yeah, Ruthless Sam. Yeah, and I like that she stood her ground with Daniel. She's like, Johnny style. It's not the wrong way. It's like, tell her, Sam. Tell him, Sam. Context and nuance. Exactly. There was times I was like, calm down, Sam. You're still the GOAT, but I think every character needs to calm down. I mean, all right, but nobody was telling Hawk to calm down in season 3. Just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, Sam needs to calm down some parts, but I didn't see anyone telling that to Hawk back in season 3 when he was breaking his best friend's arm and beating the shit out of people. I'm just saying. When were you guys saying that about to Hawk or even like Miguel in the first season? It's like, I mean, like you could say the same thing to everyone else. Just saying. I mean, I'm not saying this to you, Jaden. It's just I just see so many people saying like they're telling I'm not saying this about you, Jaden. Just saying. It's just like I've seen so many people like Sam, stop doing that. But it's like, all right, Hawk did this, and Miguel or Dimitri. Well, Dimitri didn't do anything, but all these Tory, they're all doing this. Why aren't you getting on them too? Just saying, you got to treat them all. You might not like Sam that much, but you got to acknowledge when someone else is doing a bad thing, and don't blame it on her. Hey, Sam and Tory team up. They join their own dojo. That would be interesting. Sam is the GOAT equals code word for you have a voice and also you can like Sam. That reason why I admit it. Yeah, exactly, King. Yeah, I noticed that too, right? But that was cool. Both of his kids were actually on the show, and in season 3 at the All Valley meeting, his son was sitting right behind Johnny. Just a quick. Also, I loved all the callbacks from the third movie, like even just the subtle ones, like in the tournament where Silver was like elbow Sam, and Tory was like, I'll get disqualified, and she says, so what? She ran into your elbow, and even like the subtle ones where Robbie and Silver were sparring, and Robbie or was it that, and Silver catches Robbie's fist. What's up, Cobra Kai Queen? Like I loved all the callbacks. I think they were all great, even like the subtle ones. Yeah, can't wait for that either. Sam. Yeah, I like Sam. What's up, Cody? Sam shouldn't have messed with Tory at her job, but who wouldn't hold a grudge after? Yeah, exactly. I mean, Sam really shouldn't have done that. Like, she should have been the bigger person, but come on, Tory attacked her how many times before that? And this is like the least of it. So I wasn't too mad. I mean, it's obviously like you'd rather her not do it, but like, how can you not? How can you not? I mean, if we were all in her place, we'd do it. Once Chosen is done with it, I'm gonna get to where I think season 5's going after I get into all this. I like to call back to Karate Kid 1 when Anthony's. Yeah, I said that earlier. I noticed that right away too. I was like, who's gonna save him? But no one saved him. But yeah, he really paid off the ref. Tory didn't. She knew now she's gonna. She's now like that was her last chance to prove it to herself, and it was she didn't really do it. So that's gonna be a huge, thing going around in her mind. I just want to say that this season took the choreograph to the next level. It's phenomenal. Yeah, and we didn't even get that many fights up until like the tournament, but they really like saved the best for last. I mean, obviously there was new stunt coordinators. And hats off to them. They were great. They did a great job with all that. So shout out to them because the stunt fights were great. Yeah, Cobra Kai, Stranger Things. Like, I don't think we're watching the same season. So I'm just gonna do something real quick. Oops, sorry, did not do that. All right. Where was I in the chat? Yeah, that was an interesting last name. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, thank you guys. Some of you guys thought I was gonna get so much stuff about hating Sam, but most of you guys are liking what they did with her. Yeah, I'm hyped to see what they do with Sam. Yeah, I was like, yes. I was like, you're using it. I love that. Even though he still got his ass kicked. Yeah, Sam would be a champion, just like Robbie would be a champion if he didn't hold back because he saw Kenny. Kenny's gonna be the new Hawk. He's gonna be like just like how Hawk was. I mean, they're really setting it up to be like that. The way he smiled at Anthony at the end, like after he beat him up in the locker room, that smile is like at the start of Eli. It's like, or not Eli, Hawk in like season 2 and 3. Oh boy. How about the little callback to Karate Kid when Daniel did karate on Johnny? Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, yes. Like, I love when he said Mr. Miyagi's the most badass fighter there is. Like, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Lisa. I really like what they did with Amanda, especially how she started. It's like that Tory psycho deserves no mercy, and then she's like helping her out, and like how, but she still is, even though her daughter is so against it. And just another thing, I love Daniel and Miguel's father-son relationship too, like how he taught him how to drive, yeah, showing him his type of music. I love that too. I loved all of that. It's looking like it. Miguel's got to find, Miguel's got to answer some questions, which good for him. Yeah, I love that too. Oh, that was great. I hope you'll keep that same on messing with people job. Hawk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Hawk did the same thing to Chris, and nobody says that. Nobody mentions it. I mean, I love Hawk. Hawk's one of my favorite characters, but you got to point out when he's doing stuff wrong. Yeah, and like he really paid the price, like how everyone was treating him in the beginning of the season. And you know what happened to his hair? It's like he got his payback for what all he did. I agree. Amanda is one of the best characters. Sam was awesome. Sam is the GOAT. Did I talk about every character? I think I covered everyone, or mostly everyone. I just didn't like what they did with Stingray. Like that stuff was a bit much. Johnny joking about Daniel didn't teach Mr. Miyagi English. That was hilarious. I think that's a funny scene when Daniel's fighting the hockey guys. Johnny eats a pretzel, and Daniel's like, "Where were you?" It's like, "Be there." That was hilarious. That might be the funniest of the season. But I also like when Johnny was going on a Twitter rant, and Dimitri was like, "Who does he think he's tweeting to? You're his only follower." That was hilarious. I don't think it was the funniest season because it was the most dramatic and emotional season, but it still has a lot of funny lines. Exactly. Daniel, Johnny, both. That's one of my favorite things to see. They might have split up, but they both learned so much from each other, and they both carried it on, even when they split up. Even though they don't want to admit it, still, it's like they don't want the kids to learn it. But yeah, that was one of the problems I said earlier. It's like they cut a lot of the training. Like Sam, I would have loved to see Johnny training her with Miguel. But I mean, I think that's definitely deleted scenes. I don't like how they cut it all together in the episode 9. The beginning. I don't like that. I mean, I would have loved to see Johnny training Samson more because I loved they're both their dynamic with each other. Yeah. I don't know why they cut it. I mean, I think they could have just made the episodes longer. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, episode 8 wouldn't fit, obviously, but episode 7, why not put it in there? Yeah, I agree. That was one of my problems. We just didn't get I would have loved to see Eli training with Daniel, like you said. It was really all that training was just cut into episode 9 in the beginning. It was like I would have loved to see some more. We saw a lot of Cobra Kai training, a lot. So I think that was good. But it's like, what about Johnny training Devin? What about Johnny training Miguel some more and Sam and Daniel training Eli and Dimitri and even Chris and it's like Sam. It's like. Come on, we want to see a lot more. Kenny is a beast. I can't wait to see what they do with him next season. Him and Anthony's rivalry. Woo! Can't wait to see that. RJ, where is this on your ranking of the seasons? I know you said it's not your favorite. I think you said season 3 your favorite, but where is it on your ranking? Yeah. Miguel had to make the tough choice to leave. Not even just leave town, leave the tournament. Because he's even said in season 3, he has to prove he can win again. But I love what he said. He didn't feel like he was fighting for himself. And he wasn't. So I love that. And the way that scene was cut at the end of episode 9, and then the next episode starts where you see X-rays, you're like, oh no, this is bad, but it's really stingrays. It's like, ooh. I love the way that was cut though. Miguel's like, Sensei. I feel like they could have cut. Yeah, that's what I agree. Cut this stuff off with. Like, we didn't need that. I was like, what are they trying to do? Give Silver, give Stingray, like, a backstory or something? Like, give him his own art, motivation? Like, come on. Oh, I also had to talk about this scene. One of my favorite scenes from the season. When Silver and Chris walk into the dojo and you hear the violin playing and you see their footsteps and you see Daniel looking and they're showing the flashbacks. That's one of my favorite scenes of this season. I love that. That was so good. It was like they're walking up and say, "You hear them?" That was so good. I rewatched that scene so many times. Gentlemen. And that was one of the pushing points for Silver when Daniel was telling him, "Get out of here," and Silver was like kind of apologizing to him, but Daniel's like, "Get out of here." And then that was like, "All right, we're gonna sweep the mat with that arrogant prick." That was one of the pushing points for Silver going back to the way it was. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think they will. Did anyone notice the name Cayman? Yeah, Mark. Yeah, as the writer of Karate Kid. This is season's third. I love this season so much. I mean, it might change, but like my ranking video is coming out soon, so I'm not gonna say it. But this is my favorite for sure. Like what I said earlier on. If you want to see why it's my favorite, I said it like earlier on in the stream. So, it's just really the characters this season and their arcs and the decisions they make. Yeah. Yeah, the whole the whole Johnny training montage. He just pushes that guy off the scooter. It's like, what the heck? Yeah, I don't know why they did that with Stingray. It's like I like how they had Silver, beat him up because like who else would let somebody beat the shit out of you and then say it wasn't him? Stingray would. So I like that. Yeah. I want to see more Devin though. She was cool. She teaches Johnny some stuff. I think Miyagi-Do could reopen somewhere on the edge of the valley because then it wouldn't be violating the deal with Kreese. Yeah, that could be it. Or like Chosen opens it up, I guess I can talk about the ending now. That ending was insane. Definitely my favorite ending of all the seasons. You got when Chosen came. I wish I recorded my reaction. When Chosen came back, I was like, Cobra Kai is screwed. I literally said that. I got upset. Cobra Kai is screwed. Chosen back. Woo-hoo-hoo. I can't wait. See what Chosen has to teach them. And that scroll, I wonder what was on that scroll that Anthony opened. That Chosen gave Daniel in the previous season. Chosen versus Silver will be the fight of the show. Chosen versus Silver. And I have a video coming out tomorrow on how Mark Barnes will be in the mix. That was absolutely insane. First of all, Kreese going to jail, Silver backstabbing him. King, you were right. The way that it happened, it's like, come on, Kreese. It's like you kind of, this is all your fault. Like, first of all, you didn't only bring him back to Cobra Kai. You brought out the worst of Silver. It's okay. My ranking is 1, season 3, 2, season 1, 3, season 4, 4, season 2. Yeah. All right. If Carrie Underwood's thing was so dumb too. 2, 3, 1. Oh, your favorite's 2? About to talk about that, King. Two's my least favorite. I'll say that. But yeah, I love that too. He's like, "What did you do, John?" And he's like, "Don't worry about Mr. Lawrence. I'll take care of him too." Oh my god, this man is a menace to society. Best villain. This Terry Silver, I love him so much. He's so good. Oh my god, and once again, shout out to Thomas and Griffith. What a performance. What a performance. I love that. Yeah, everyone has their own opinion, Tristan. I respect you sticking to your own. I thought it was amazing though. I really did love it. I loved it. Yeah, exactly. I said the characters are really what carry season and the decisions they make, what all their mindsets, like what they had, what they think is right is wrong, or it's like so complex, It's the philosophy of it all, but it's so good. I don't know. That fight would have been closer than what we think, but I think Miguel still would have won. But that ending though, Chosen and Daniel teaming up, and I also called that scene with Miyagi's grave would be one of the last scenes. But I thought it was a totally different thing. I thought Daniel was gonna have to leave town, and he was saying his goodbye to Miyagi. But ooh, what a season! What a season! What an ending! Miguel leaving, Johnny and Robbie. Whoo! Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was like I don't like how it was like episode 9 was like jumped into it right away. It's like, can we see like some of the more build up? Like that's why I think episodes should have been longer, and they could have put some stuff in episodes that happened in some episodes in the other episode in earlier episodes, and cut out a lot of the stuff, cut out Stingray stuff. And the Johnny recruiting the girl scene was hilarious. What he was saying, it's like, my God, Johnny. Wait, what did Miguel say? Remember, be woke. And then Johnny's like, yeah, I'll be awake. That was hilarious. Yeah, I was like, that's why they just released the deleted scenes. That's why they got the deleted scenes that just came out a few weeks ago. That was crazy. Yeah, everyone's got 4 in their third spot. But I respect everyone because what I see a lot of people do is like when a new season comes out, they just say it's their favorite right away just because it's new. But I've rewatched the season twice and basically almost 3 times. So, and it's still a chance to change. I'm not just saying it because it's the newest season. Like when season 2 came out, I still like season 1 better. But, I just love what they did with the season. But I respect everyone who doesn't have it, and I can't wait. There's gonna be such a cool fight scene between Kreese and people in jail. I can't wait to see that. And also, I kind of called that too a while ago. I forgot I made this theory about Kreese going to jail. I made that like 8 months ago, I think, about Kreese going to jail. Like I kind of called it, but the context was totally different. I thought he was gonna go to jail just because the stuff he did in the past. But all right, I'm gonna go through some of my theories. Maybe in a later. I might do this stream, but I might do it in a later stream. See which ones I got right, see which ones I got kind of right. See which ones I got dead wrong. Because I know there's a lot of the ones I got dead wrong. Terry Silver is a big bad. Yeah, he is the big bad of the show. And I gotta say you were right, King. I said Kreese is the big bad of the show. Nah, it's Silver. Silver's the big bad. He's getting rid of everyone. He was so good. So good. It was like every episode too, Silver got more evil, which I love. I'll be back in like a minute. I just gotta get a bottle of water because I've been talking for a while. I'll be back in 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Everyone like that picture of Hawk? My water's making a weird noise. Yeah. Kenny's new Hawk. I agree. I know that scene is so. Oh, that scene. That's one of the like the best and worst scenes at the same time because it's so sad, but it was done so well, and it affected Miguel's character arc. Whew. Kenny is the best fighter after Miguel, and probably next me. I wouldn't say he's the best fighter after Miguel. Well, where's Miguel on your list? That would be interesting if Sean redeems Kenny. I think it still should be Robbie. I think Robbie should be the one to redeem Kenny or try to get him to. Just because, like, I think he should, but yeah, I thought it was gonna be Julie Pierce too. I mean, we knew it was somebody. I didn't think it was. I wasn't even thinking of Chosen. I was thinking Julie Pierce. So, but I'm glad it was Chosen because, like what I said, I don't think. Yeah. But yeah, that scene was so emotional. How many seasons do you think they do? I really don't know how they can do more than 5 or 6. 6. So 6 is what I think, but I don't know. It sounds like they're gonna go more than that. Season 4 is my favorite. I watched it 4 times already. Yeah, I can't wait to keep rewatching it. Yeah, that Anthony Kenny rivalry is gonna be good. That would be funny. They'll get their ass kicked by those two. They'll get their ass kicked by Kreese. But there's gonna be some good fight scene with Kreese in jail. There's gonna be a really good fight with Kreese in jail. Like, that's gonna be such a good fight. Kenny the next main kid of Cobra Kai. I mean, his last name is Pain. He's got to bring the pain. All right. Just checking up in the chat. What's up, Nico? How you doing? Season 5 might be. I think like season 5 will be like sort of like a recovery and a setup for season 6. That's why I don't think it'll be the last one. I think 6 could be the last. It'll be like it's like you could say season 3 was like a setup for 4. I think season 5 will be a setup for 6. No, I don't think it'll go that far. Kids will get too old. Will we see Barnes versus Chosen next season? I think we'll see a Daniel Chosen versus Barnes in silver. That would be such a good fight. I mean, we can all agree on Barnes is coming back. They teased him like twice this season. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad they didn't do too much with it because, you know, Piper's not really a main character or anything. So, I think season 5 will be a better season. And as Zapka did say, it's just like it's a whole like if you think season 4 is good, wait till you see season 5. Yeah, they won't. I mean, he won't be in there that long. I mean, I think he'll be there up until like episode 5, and then he'll be out by then. So he has the potential. He just got to get a little bigger. Because you could like you can't push him around like a good Bert or Nate, but like he's still got a little. He's got to get like if he ends up being like his brother, how big his brother is, like then yeah. Anything more than 7 may feel forced but then again, these writers seem to be very good at what they do. Oh yeah, I mean, in the writers we trust. So, okay, what do you like better, No Way Home or Cobra? Oh, season 4 for sure. I mean, I love No Way Home, but season 4. Yeah, guys, I think that's really all I have to say about this season. I really did love it. I don't want to repeat all my points again, so you just want to go back and watch why I said it's my favorite. I said in the beginning. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys all for coming on and watching. Gotta thank some people. Nico, Tristan, Dr. Orr, Nico, I already said that. King, Cobra Kai Queen, Jaden, KOTs, Cobra Disney Jedi, Not Vortex Josh, Lisa, Talking Straight with Nate. Thank you for the donation. Let's see. Everyone, Trophy. Everyone who joined, Jacob, RJ. Everyone who joined, thank you guys all for coming on and watching. Season 5 right around the corner. I have a whole bunch of videos planned, a whole bunch of ranking videos, a whole bunch of theories coming out. So yeah, can't wait for season 5. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of season 4 if you didn't say in the chat already. Thank you guys all for watching. You should have liked the video if you haven't already. Let's check how many likes we're at. Hang on. 29 likes. Try to get to 30 likes. Yeah, yep, there we go. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, Terry Silver is a badass. Sam is the GOAT. And sweep the leg.